Good evening, riders, rebels, and restless souls. I'm Hells, and you tuned in to another episode of The Dirty Truth. Tonight, I've got a story that will rev up more than just engines. A tale as old as the open road itself, but with a modern twist. Has Harley Davidson forgot its roots, or worse yet, priced out the future? There's reasons legends and wild rebels have such a place in our hearts. They've always told it like it is. Today, I'm going to attempt to ride that line, and I guarantee you'll be left questioning everything you thought you knew about Harley. It's no secret. Harley Davidson has always been synonymous with freedom. A beacon for those who dared to tread the roads less traveled. But as we look around today, we can't help but ask, where have all the young riders gone? Look at any Harley gathering and you will see a sea of silver hair, chrome beards, and boomers reliving their glory days. Now don't get me wrong, I respect every rider with the wind in their face, but shouldn't there be more young blood in the mix? And then enter the influencers, the social media giants with their millions of followers. Harley saw an opportunity, and boy, did they grab with both hands. But at what cost? Instead of motorcycles that scream raw power and rebellion, we're now treated to glossy photo shoots and product placement. The essence of riding, the raw thrill of the open road, replaced by perfectly curated Instagram feeds. And oh, the prices. Once upon a time, a young, rebellious soul could save up, buy themselves a Harley. They could get themselves a ticket to freedom. But today, that dream seems more far distant. With the price tags on these beasts, it tells me they're more in the business of selling the status symbols than, the dream of being on the open road. You've seen it. Those ads with young influencers posting next to their shiny new Harleys promoting a lifestyle instead of a passion. But can these influencers really capture the spirit of a Harley? Or are they just another cog in a marketing machine that's slowly pushing away the true riders? It's time we ask the hard questions. Has Harley Davidson forsaken its core, its very soul? In a bid to chase modern trends, have they alienated the riders of tomorrow? Are they pushing away the very youth they claim to be attracting? Motovloggers, subscribers, and live chat warriors, this one's for you. Down in the comments, show me your stories, your experience, your truth on what I just said. Oh yeah, have you ever heard the saying, those who forget history are doomed to repeat it? Well, let's take a little stroll down memory lane, shall we? Harley Davidson was born in a tiny shed in Milwaukee in 1903. It was a time of innovation, a time of dreams. Two young lads, William and Arthur, believed in something so profoundly, they built a legacy that still roars on our streets today. But what would William and Arthur think of today's Harley? Would they recognize it, or would they turn away disillusioned by what has become of their dream? Back in the day, Harleys weren't just bikes, they were statements. The roaring 20s, the war heroes of the 40s, the rebels of the 60s, all chose Harley as their trusted steed. Why? Because it was raw, genuine, and it promised freedom. I recently saw an influencer promoting a Harley as the ultimate accessory for their weekend getaway. An accessory? Really? Since when did the king of the road get reduced to an accessory? And then there's the pricing. I've spoken to countless young riders, passionate souls for the open road, and do you know what the majority tell me? That they'd love to have a Harley, if they could afford one, and it makes it heartbreaking. There's this underlying narrative that today's youth aren't interested in motorcycles, that they're too engrossed in the virtual worlds. But I call bullshit on that. The youth are just as passionate, if not more. But when a brand that once stood for freedom and rebellion starts aligning itself with the elite and the privileged, It's no wonder the younger generation feels left out in the cold. It's not just about the money, it's about the respect. The respect for the spirit of riding, respect for the legacy, and most importantly, respect for the next generation of riders. They're not asking for handouts, they're asking for a chance to feel the wind in their hair, the rumble beneath them without having to sell an arm and a leg. I've been on the road long enough to see brands come and go, but Harley, it's an institution, and institutions need to evolve, but not lose their way. So, to the big wigs at Harley Davidson, if you're listening, remember your roots. Remember the dreamers in that tiny shed in Milwaukee. Remember the generations that put you on the map and give the next generation a fighting chance. Well, we've journeyed down some rough roads tonight, haven't we? From the birth of an American icon to the crossroads it stands at today. From the raw spirit of riding to the polished veneer of a modern influencer culture. But at the heart of it all, it's a story about us. The riders, the dreamers, the rebels who, through thick and thin, have clung to that sense of freedom only on two wheels and an open road can offer. Harley Davidson has been more than just a brand. It's a legend, a testament to the American dream. But legends can falter and dreams can waver. It's up to us, the riders of yesterday and today and tomorrow, to ensure that the heart of Harley beats strong, true, and never gives up. Well, this has been another episode of The Dirty Truth. No matter where you stand on this debate, remember one thing. It's the ride that counts. It's the ride that unites us, the horizon that beckons, and the stories that we'll pass on to the next generation. So keep the conversations roaring, louder than your engines. And as always, ride with passion, ride with purpose, and most importantly, ride free. Until we meet again on these winding roads of truth, I'm Hells, and this has been The Dirty Truth. Good night and Godspeed.
Hey, where the party? Oh, we getting gnarly. I'm riding hogs with my dog.
All right, you guys know this is the little after show where we get a little dirtier or a little rawer. You know, no glitz, no glamour. I've ridden with some of the most unyielding spirits this world has ever seen. Men who's danced with danger, kissed the asphalt, and lived to tell the tale. When you've ridden with the fringes of society, you will see the world a little differently. You see the raw, unedited truth. Many of us from the fringes of society never had it easy. But when you're out there in the wind, you feel it in your face, you got the throttle beneath your palm, and nothing matters. It's just you, the road, and the brothers riding beside you. So when we talk about the influencers, the skyrocketing prices, and the sidelining of the new blood, like it hits home to me. Because for many, that Harley wasn't just a ride, it was a lifeline. It was a statement to the world that we might be on the fringes of society, but we're here and we're roaring louder than ever. So, to the younger generation, I say this: dream, rebel, and ride. Don't let brands, tags, or society dictate your journey. Find your tribe, whether it's on a Harley, a Honda, or even a bicycle. And to Harley Davidson, remember the souls you ignited, the dreams you birthed, and the renegades you embraced. In the shifting sands of time and culture, don't lose sight of the spirit that made you legendary. I'm Hells, and this is the even dirtier truth. So until our paths cross again, ride with honor, ride with passion, and always chase that horizon.